Good morning, guys. Sorry. Good morning. Checking. So, hi, good evening, guys.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening. So, shall we start our session? Yeah. So, this is Srinivas, and I'm teaching here Django and REST API from so many years, sir. So, we will discuss now according to our content. Okay. So, I'll tell first of all why this required Django REST framework, sir. So, here you are coming for learning this Django REST framework, sir. So why you are deciding to learn this Django REST framework? First, that question is coming. Okay, why you are deciding to learn this one? Why not other course like this? Reading this one, and one more point. So one more point. Some questions I have doubt. So why you are learning? Why you are learning this course? So Django REST framework. Simply we are calling REST APIs. Django REST framework. Simply we are calling REST APIs. And to learn this Django REST framework, what are the prerequisites? To learn this Django REST framework, what are the prerequisites? Okay. To learn this REST API, what are the prerequisites? So this is the point. Are you getting this one? So first of all, we need to completing these two things. So I hope you people knows about the Django framework. Okay. So are you completing the Django framework? At least are you joining the Django framework? Tell me, guys.
Yes, sir. Django has been done.
Yes. So Django framework, not completing also no problem, but at least some basic points, basic knowledge about the Django framework is must be required. Okay.
Okay.
So here to learn this REST API, what are the prerequisites? Means Python is mandatory required, and Django framework. Okay, so Django framework is required, sir. The both things are required. Python plus Django framework. Python plus Django framework. Okay. So after learning this Python course, then only you are joining the Django framework. So after learning this Django framework, now you are joining the Django REST framework. Django framework is different. Django REST framework is different, sir. Some people are thinking like both are same, but both are different, sir. Django is developed by different organization, and Django REST framework is developing by different organization. Understand this one? Okay. So after, even though you are not completing Django framework, at least some minimum basic points if you know, then you are eligible to learn this Django REST framework. So I'll take care, sir. The Django related, all basic points I'll take care in our REST API also. Some people parallelly they are planning Django and Django REST framework. So no problem. In my REST framework, I will teach about this Django also, basic rules and regulations, all things while we are discussing with the Django REST framework. Okay. So if you want to become, if you want to developing one full-fledged application, sir, if you want to developing one complete application 100% as a Pythonist developer, what are the prerequisites? Means Python, Django, and Django REST framework also. Simply REST API we are calling. Understand, one? So these three things must be required, sir. Three things must be required: Python, Django, and REST API. So after learning these three things, then you are able to developing one full-fledged Python application, complete applications by using your Django framework or Python. Okay, so these all things. So lot of people learning Python and Django framework only, sir. Lot of people are learning Python and Django framework only. Why? Means they don't know about the REST API related importance, sir. They don't know about the Django REST framework importance. That's why only Python and Django framework they are learning, and they are attending for interviews. Okay, when they are attending interviews, people are getting the questions about the REST API. Questions about the REST API, sir. Sir, if you are putting experience in your resume, 100% required REST API knowledge. Why required? We will discuss. Are you getting this one? So 100% REST API knowledge is required to developing one Python application full-fledged. So using Python and Django, what you can develop using Python and Django? So you are able to developing only 30% of 70% of the code only for your project. 70% code you can develop by using Python and Django framework. So full-fledged application means 100% required, 100% development required. So 30% is waiting. Okay, 30% code is waiting. The 30% code is developing by using this Django REST framework. Understand, Span? So 70 plus 30, 100. Then only this product, we are going to deliver to public. Then only this product we are going to deliver to public, guys. Are you understanding this one? So without REST API means this piece of code is waiting. 30% code is waiting for your application development. Then your organization people are looking for REST API developers who knows Django REST framework knowledge. Okay, for your Django application. So you know only Python and Django, sir. And using our Python and Django knowledge, the 70% of code you developed beautifully, you developed, sir. But 30% code is waiting. Then your organization is hiring new persons who knows REST API, and that person coming and joining into your organization, and they need to take this 70% related KT, sir, knowledge transfer. Why we developing this application? What are the functionalities? What are the methods? Like these all things, this knowledge we need to transfer to REST API developers. Then REST API person going to developing the APIs for our existing Django project. Understand, one? So then only this product going to deliver to public. So this is all wasting of time. If you are developing Django framework using Django framework application, you are only developing the REST API also means lot of time savings, sir. Already you are involved in this Django framework application. Okay, then you know all the functionalities, all the methods for what purpose you are developing, what databases using, what IDs using, like this everything you know for your existing Django project. Then immediately you are going to developing the REST API related code. So development is increasing, development time is increasing. Okay, speed of the development increasing application. So within the less time we can develop in the application. Understand, friend? So that's why REST API is mandatory required. So with the only Python and Django framework, we are not going to developing any applications are 100%. Okay, 100% we need to add REST API to your Django project only. Then only that is becoming like a 100% good product. This point remember. So one small diagrammatical if you are seeing here, so you can see here using Python and Django. So this piece of code you are going to developing, this piece of code only you are able to developing. So this is a small piece, nothing but by using the REST API you are going to develop 30%. So then only this is our good product, total 100% product completing. Are you getting this one? So then this product we can deliver to public in live stage. Until we are adding this REST API to existing Django project, we are not going to delivering this product to public. Point remember, sir. Are you understanding, sir? Yeah. So that's why people are nowadays learning this REST API. Nowadays learning this REST API concepts. So why you are learning this REST API? Why you are learning this REST API means, so using Python and Django only 70% project we are developing, and remain 30% developing purpose REST API we need to learn. That is one small reason, and the major reason is to providing application to application communication, from one application to another application communication. Then 100% REST API is required for our Django framework application, for our existing Django application. Okay, so sir, when you are learning about the Django, so a lot of people only they are doing practice with a single application they are developing, sir, like this. This is my Django. This is my Django. So in Django, models concept, you know, okay. So views concept, you know, URLs concept, you know, forms concept, you know, like this. So by combining these all models, views, URLs, templates, these all things, one Django application you develop, sir. Django application you develop. Understand, sir? So for my Django application, Django URLs are there. For my Django application, so Django URLs are there, sir. Django URLs. So Django URLs returns output in what format? That is important. Okay. So here my database is there, sir. This is my DB. Simply I'm taking DB. So some records are there here. Some records are there. Okay. So after developing this Django application, sir, after developing this Django application, so this is the pure Django, this assumption Django app. So from the browser, this is my browser, sir. This is what my browser. From the browser, I'm going to send request from the browser. I'm going to send the request to my Django. After developing Django application, you are going to run the server, sir. After running from the browser, you are sending the URLs, request you are sending. Okay. So for every request, you are going to get the response. You know the point. For every request, we are getting the response back, sir. So when I'm sending the request, my Django taking that request and going to interact with the database, okay, and bringing the response back, sir. Bringing the response back. Now the Django giving a response to browser. This is generally, you know. So when you are learning a Django framework, people are doing this communication. So after executing the Django project, MVC architecture, sir. MVC architecture. Okay. So from the browser, whenever we are sending the URL request, then inside the Django URLs.py, all URLs available, existing URLs. So our request is matching with any existing URL. Checking, sir. If any URL is matching, then corresponding to view is going to be executed. Okay. View taking this request, processing the request, finally generating the response and giving that response to browser. This is a communication MVC architecture. Okay. So from the browser, whenever I'm sending the request in Django URL.py, one URL is matching. That URL is calling one view. That view is using some models. By using that models, so our Django application interacting with the database. The models are used for managing the database, or you know, MVT. M stands for models, managing the database. V stands for views, managing the business logics. T stands for templates, managing the presentation logics. So these all at the time of learning Django only you are getting. So in our sessions also, I'm going to teach about these all things slowly, more clearly. Okay. So simply using models, I'm going to interact with the database and bringing the data back. Now that response are sending to browser. So what URLs I'm using? Django URLs I'm using, sir. Django URLs from this browser, Then Django URLs returns a response in the form of what? So that is you need to focus in your Django practice time. Okay. So Django URLs returns a response in the form of HTML, sir. Response in the form of HTML return. Okay. That's why as a human being, we are all human beings, sir. As a human being, we can understanding this HTML data. Our eye can understanding the HTML data, sir. That's why we are feeling happy as I got it output like this, sir. Are you guys understand this one? Okay. Now, why required REST API? This is our point. Why you are deciding to learn this REST API? I told one application to another application, communication purpose, REST API URLs must be required. Okay. Now we will discuss that point, sir. Understand this one? So here I have another application, sir. One more application I have. So for example, this is my Java application. Another application using Java developed. So now here Java related all logics we are writing. So from this Java application, I want to interact with this Django application, sir. Okay. So from this Java application, I want to interact with this Django application. Nothing but sending the request from Java to Django. Now Django is taking this request and processing that request. Nothing but by using this request, it is going to database communication, bringing the response back. So here, what are this one? So this is nothing but a request sending, and this is what response you are going to get, sir. Response you are going to get. Okay. So here also request you are sending, and here what you are getting? response you are getting. Okay, so now from Java application also I'm sending request, that request interacting with the database, getting the response. Django URLs giving that response back to Java. Django URLs giving a response to back. Okay, response to Java. So now this is what kind of response? What kind of response going to return by Django URLs means Django URLs always going to return HTML output. So when Django URLs return a response to browser, as a human being, we will understanding no problem. But same Django URLs when return response to Java application in the form of what's are here? In the form of HTML, in the form of HTML returning. Okay. So this HTML response cannot understanding by HTML response cannot understanding by Java application. That's why app to app communication is not possible, sir. We are getting errors, sir. HTML response is not understanding by Java. Understand this one? Okay, then what kind of response is required to make the communication between Java to Django? Means JSON response is required, sir. I'll tell what is JSON, these all things, sir. So we need to get a response in the form of JSON or in the form of XML. Okay, maybe JSON or maybe XML. Okay, so this kind of response if you are getting to this Java application, then Java can understanding this JSON response or in XML response. Okay, so Django URL is not written in the JSON response. Then how we are developing the JSON response means by using the REST APIs to our existing Django project. This is my Django project, sir. Okay, to existing Django project. This is my Django. We developing the Django URLs. Now we are going to developing the REST API URLs. We are going to developing the REST API URLs. REST API URLs. This is the piece. Okay. So to the existing Django project only, we are going to develop in Django URLs plus REST API URLs also. That is our intention, sir. Understand this one? Okay. Now using REST API URLs from this Java application, we are going to send the request to Django. Then Django getting the response back. That response return to Java. At the time of returning response, what type of response it is going to return? What type of response it is going to return means okay. That is JSON response going to return. Sorry, here response in the form of JSON or in the form of XML. Response in the form of JSON or in the form of XML. You are going to get, sir. So REST API URLs returns the response. This REST API URLs. REST API URLs return the response in the form of JSON or in the form of XML. So JSON or XML can understanding by Java. Can understanding by Java. Then Java can use that JSON data or XML data. Okay. So that is the reason, sir. Java sending the request. See, sir, here Java sending the request to Django and Django giving the response to Java in the form of JSON. Then JSON can understanding by Java application. Finally, app to app communication, application to application communication is possible. Are you getting this point? So that's why 100% this REST API is required, sir. So a lot of people only learning Python and Django. Then you are not suitable to developing this REST API related URLs without REST API knowledge. Okay. So then what is happening means after developing your Django application, only from the browser you can send the request Django URL request and you are getting the response. You are getting the response. But application to application communication is not possible using the Django URLs. That's why every organization people, when they are developing the application, so they are must be adding REST API URLs to the existing Django project. Okay, not only Django, sir. If you are a Django, then REST API you are using. If you are a Java developer, then web services people are using. If you are a .NET developer, then web APIs people are using. But all languages related applications must be required REST services. Simply we are calling REST services. Okay, so in Django we are calling REST API, but language to language a term is changing, sir. Term, okay, pronunciation is changing, but all people target is app to app communication only. Are you understanding, guys? This one, why we need to learn this REST API means this is the advantage. So this is the requirement. But a lot of people don't know about actual importance of REST API. Only they are learning Django. So they are unable to make the communication between app to app. Okay. So real-time examples you can take, sir. Nowadays, all applications can interact with another application, sir. For example, present you can take a Flipkart application, Amazon application, BookMyShow application, sir. These all applications interacted with bank applications, sir, to do payment. Okay, from the browser, whenever I'm sending the request www.flipkart.com, then Flipkart page coming, sir. So using Flipkart, you are ordering one mobile, sir, or one laptop you are going to buy. Okay, after selecting your item, you need to click the payment button, buy button, sir. So then your Flipkart application interact with bank application, interact with the bank application, sir. Just assumption, this example only, sir. My Django application is nothing but Flipkart application. Using Django framework, I developed this Flipkart applications. Assumption. After developing from the browser, I'm sending the request, the Django URL request I'm sending, I'm getting the response. In this response, all items displaying, sir, mobiles related information. One particular item I'm selecting and I'm going to buy that one. So when I'm clicking that buy button, payment button, then that request, okay, going to Django application redirecting to Java application communication. So using Java, one bank application developed, sir. Assumption. Using Java language, one bank application developed. For example, SBI I developed. SBI. Okay. So from this Flipkart application to SBI application, communication must be required to do the payment. Okay. So if you want to do communicating from this Flipkart application to SBI application, then what are the requirements? REST API is required, sir. Using Django URLs, the communication is not possible. 100% REST APIs are required. So just assumption you did not develop the REST API. You don't know REST API. You are not developing REST API to your Django application for your Flipkart, sir. Then so using Django URL, so you can send the request to Flipkart. You are getting the all items and you are selecting one particular item. You are trying to pay the money by clicking the payment button or buy button. Okay, but you are unable to do the payments successfully. You are unable to do the payment successfully. Why means you are not interacted with the SBI application, SBI bank application. Then we are unable to pay the money. Without paying money, we are unable to get the items, mobile item. We are unable to booking. Okay, then time wasting. So even though you are developing your Flipkart application more beautiful, but your Flipkart application is unable to interact with bank applications, then anybody is using Flipkart? No, no one is using. Waste of the time. When you are giving a bank application communication only, then people are using application and they are buying the products. So that is all because of the REST API. Because of the REST API. Are you understanding this structure? Okay. So, sir, this kind of diagram so many times we are going to discuss. Slowly, we'll understanding about this one. So, just to overview, this is a demo session. That's why just to overview, I'm giving why you are deciding to learn this Django REST framework. That is my intention. Okay. Why required to learn? I mean, why you are deciding to learn means this app-to-app communication purpose. We need to learn this REST API. This is just my intention. More clearly, we will discuss later. Are you understanding, guys, this diagram? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, and I told sir, if you are a experienced person, 100% REST API is required in your resume. Okay. If you are a fresher, there is a chance with Python and Django you can crack the interviews. But these freshers also one day becoming like a experienced person. So that time 100% you need to learn the REST API. Okay. That's why as soon as possible, if time is there, here only you need to do planning. You need to do planning for REST API. Understand, one? So, and one REST API is providing so many advantages, sir. I'll discuss just why you are deciding to learn only I given. Okay. So now point by point we will learn about the REST API related. Already Django framework, you know, sir, or else at least some points you know already joining courses. Okay. So at the time of discussing REST API related, so Django related all concepts we will going to discuss again. Okay, so wait sometime. Now we are going to discuss about the Django REST framework. Django REST framework. Okay, so what is Django REST framework? Sir, simply Django REST framework I am calling DRF, Django REST framework. Understand one? Okay, what is Django REST framework means? Django REST framework is an extension of Django framework. Django REST framework. So Django REST framework is an extension of Django framework. Is an extension of Django framework only. This is the point, sir. Django REST framework is an extension of Django framework only. Means is an extension of Django framework means Django REST framework is developing on top of Django framework, sir. Django REST framework is developing on top of Django framework. So DRF is developing on top of Django framework only. Okay, so this is the thing, sir. So what is this meaning means? So the concepts which are available in this Django framework, all these concepts available in this Django REST framework also, plus Django REST framework is having some extra concepts. Django REST framework is having some extra concepts. So because of these extra concepts, our Django REST framework is getting more demanding nowadays. Okay, so why REST API is getting more demanding nowadays? Why not other APIs? People are asking sir question. So I'm going to give this all clarification slowly. Okay, so now you can see. So this is my Django framework. This is my Django framework, sir. So Django concepts. In this Django, what you are learning, sir? Generally, models you are learning. Okay, views you are learning. Templates you are learning. Am I right? And forms, Django forms you are learning. And you know about some commands also, sir. You know some commands. Make migrations. Okay, simply I'm going to write commands. Some commands. Make migration command. Migrate command. SQL migrate command. Create super user command. Run server command. Check command, shell command. Okay, so migrations command, like a number of commands are there, sir. Dump data command, load data command. So these all things in Django we are using. So no problem. In our REST API also, I will explain these all things. Make migration, migrate, SQL migrate, so migrations, dump data, load data, check command. These all things. Some people don't know about all the commands. Okay, so remember, at the time of developing program, I will discuss those all things. So at the time of learning Django, these all concepts available in Django framework, you are learning about these all things. Now this is a REST API. So REST API is an extension concept of Django. Means the concepts which are available in Django framework, plus these all things available, sir, plus some extra concepts available. So some new modules are there, sir. What modules are there? We will discuss, sir. New modules are there. New classes are there. Okay. New methods are there. So these are new modules. These modules, classes, or methods not available in Django. Okay. So separately, newly developed, sir. By using these Django related knowledge, they developed some new modules or new classes or new methods. Okay. So total together, this total one we are calling the Django REST framework, sir. Django REST framework. Okay, so that's why Django REST framework is an extension concept of Django framework. People are calling, sir. So that is the meaning, nothing but the concepts which are available in this Django framework. All concepts available in this Django REST framework also. Plus Django REST framework is having some new modules or classes or methods. Because of these all new modules or classes or methods, this Django REST framework is getting more demanding nowadays. Understand, sir? So much advantages providing by these new modules or new classes are. I'll discuss these all things. What modules are there? What classes are there? How it is reducing the burden on the developers, like this. Okay, so simply one example you can take, sir. Simply one example you can take. Django CRUD operations. CRUD means what, sir? CRUD means so create, update, retrieve, delete. These things are Django CRUD operations, presentation related, sir. So you are developing using Django framework. So using Django framework, if you are developing the CRUD operation related project, then more than 100 lines code required, sir. More than 100 lines code required. But same CRUD operation related behavior using Django REST framework, same CRUD operation related APIs. If you want developing by using the Django REST framework, so how many lines code you are going to write? How many lines code you are going to write means less than 10 lines. Less than 10 lines code only you are going to write using the Django REST framework. Understand, fine? So on CRUD operation related APIs, if you want to developing using Django, APIs are nothing but URLs, sir. Okay. So using Django, if you want to developing, then more than 100 lines code is required. But same CRUD operation project using a REST API, if you are developing, then less than 10 lines code is enough. Less than 10 lines code is enough to performing the CRUD operations. Understand, fine? Okay, now can think, sir. So if you are writing 100 lines of code, 100 lines of code using Django, time is taking more or not, sir? Time is taking more or not? So obviously time taking more, sir. Time problem is there. Okay. So it takes more time using Django, sir. And 100 lines code you are writing means line by line executing, sir, top to bottom. So execution time also wasting. Execution time, sir. Okay. Development time is wasting. Execution nothing but performance. Performance is decreasing, and underlines code you are writing means more memory is required, sir. More memory is required. 10 lines code having less memory, underlines code having more memory. Okay, so memory is also wasting. Memory is wasting nothing but cost increasing, sir. Memory is wasting nothing but cost of the project increasing. Understand, one? And more lines you are writing means more time is required. Because of more time, again cost of the project increasing. Understand, one? Okay, more lines you are writing, sir. 100 lines code you are writing, then complexity is increasing. Am I right? Complexity increasing. Complexity is increasing means understanding is not good, sir. Readability is decreasing, sir. Readability is decreasing. Okay, so like so many problems are there, sir, using Django URLs to make the app to app communication. So same CRUD operation related APIs are using REST API, Django REST framework. If you are developing, we are going to write the only 10 lines code. We are going to write what? 10 lines code only. Because of these 10 lines code, we required less time. Okay, and our application performance is giving more. Why means 10 lines are fastly executing, then speed of the application increasing, and 10 lines code required less memory. Because of less memory, cost of the project saving. Okay, because of 10 lines code, complexity is decreasing. Because of 10 lines code, readability is increasing. Like a number of benefits are there, sir, using the Django framework. That's why this Django framework is getting more demanding nowadays. Understand, fun? So Django REST framework is an extension concept of Django framework only, and the concepts which are available in this Django framework, all concepts available in this REST API, plus some extra concepts providing by REST API. So because of these new modules or classes or methods, this REST API is getting more demanding nowadays. Why means these new modules or classes or methods providing a ready-made code, sir. Django REST framework DRF is providing ready-made code instead of developing the manually code. Okay, so ready-made code providing, sir, instead of developing by developers, already developing, and we are going to use that code. So we will discuss that point. You can see we will discuss that advantages related. So now can see, sir, one cooperation related I want to develop, sir. This is my Django. So here, if you want to create then one group of lines code you are writing, sir. For create purpose, one view you are developing in Django. Create view, okay, and update view. Again, group of lines you are going to develop is and getting all records related one view, getting single record related one view, sir. Okay, and delete related one view you are writing. Are you understand this one? So pieces of code, sir, for creating one view, for updating one view, for deleting one view, for getting all one view, for getting single one. Every view is required. Every view is required. For example, just assumption 10 lines code, sir. Every view is required 10 lines code. Every view. Okay. So totally 5 views. 5 into 10, 50 lines code is required. 50 lines code is required to developing this Django app. Understand this one? Okay. So same thing. If you are using, if you are developing by using the Django REST framework, same behavior. So these all 10 lines are already developing by REST API people, sir, framework people. REST API framework people already developing these 10 lines code, and they giving one ready-made name, sir, one class name they given, one ready-made class name they given, like a create class, update class, delete class, like this. Some ready-made classes are there, for example. So just we are going to import those classes. Okay. So create class, update class, update class, delete class, get class, like this. Just you are going to importing the predefined classes, but you are not writing the business logic, sir. Okay. You are not writing the logics for creating. Just existing class you are going to import. This class can done. This class can done how to creating the data into database, and this class can done how to updating the data from the database, how to deleting, how to getting, like this. These ready-made classes are providing all predefined codings. So as a developer, we are saving the lot of time instead of writing all the code. Are you understand this one? So that's why this Django REST framework is getting more demanding nowadays. Is it clear, guys? So one more point, if you are developing the Django application, then for creating purpose, sir, so you are going to developing the HTML code templates, sir. Create form, update form, like this, sir. HTML code is required. So you are developing the presentation forms, sir, for creating, updating. Then you need to have the UI languages, sir. Knowledge, sir. UI technologies required, knowledge. UI technologies means HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript, jQuery, Angular, like so many are there. So once if you know these all things, then you are able to develop in this presentation. Okay. But if you are using the Django REST framework, no need of UI technologies, sir. No need of UI technologies, sir. Without using HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript, these all things, ready-madely you are going to get a presentation using Django REST framework. Okay. So if you are using Django REST framework, means UI knowledge is required. Ready-madely you are going to get the Django REST UI presentations, or UI presentation ready-madely you are going to get. So then simply from the presentation I will escape. Only pure backend I will developing. Pure backend I will develop, sir. Understand this one? So totally UI presentation is not required, means the templates not required. So for developing every template, this is one template, this is one template, like this. 5 templates you are going to developing. For developing all these templates, so more lines of code is required. So here all templates ready-made you are going to get, sir. Then less template, less lines of code is required. Less lines of code is required. Okay, because of less lines of code, project development time is increasing, cost saving, performance is increasing, readability is increasing, complexity is decreasing, like a number of benefits are there, sir. Understand this one? That's why Django REST framework is getting more demanding nowadays. This is one reason, and not only these regions, are so many regions are there, we will discuss. So simply I'm going to give advantages, for example, advantages. Okay, now here UI technologies, UI knowledge is not required, sir. Simply I'm going to use HTML and CSS and Bootstrap. Okay, so like this, a number of courses, sir. These all presentation not required. if you are learning this Django REST framework, the pure backend side we can develop APIs. Our intention is developing the URLs. To developing those URLs, this presentation not required. Okay, that is one point. So simply time saving, time save, time savings. Okay, next cost saving, cost saving. Okay, so next performance, performance of application increasing, sir. Performance increasing, performance is increasing. Okay, next readability, readability is increasing, readability is increasing. Okay, so next complexity, complexity, complexity decreasing. Understand, son? Decreasing. These all are benefits, sir. So less lines of code is required, less lines of code is required. Because of less lines code only, these all benefits you are getting, sir. Actually that point only you can take second point actually. Okay, so less lines code required, less lines code is required. Are you understand, sir? So this is the third point, this is the fourth point, and this is the fifth point, and the sixth, now seventh. So these all are benefits are there if you are learning REST API, sir. Next, so Django REST framework is providing, Django REST framework is providing built-in serializer support, built-in serializer support, sir. This is one of the best advantage. Built-in serializer support is there by Django REST framework, but using Django built-in serializer support is not there, sir. Okay, so remember that one. Now, what is the use of serializers concept means? Serializer, serialization is nothing but converting one type data into another type. The process of converting one type data into another type is called serialization. For example, Java data converting into Django, Django data converting into Java. These all things we are calling this serialization. Process of converting data is nothing but serializers concept. Okay, so here we are the Django developers. We are the Django developers. In database, we have data, sir. The database I want to get and I want to store in one variable. That is we are calling query set. That is we are calling what? Query set. So query set data, query set data, I want to convert into dictionary format. Okay, dictionary format data we need to convert into JSON. Now JSON data we are sending to browser or any another application. Okay, so this process we are calling the serialization. Serializations. So when you are developing the applications, so in this database we have data. In this database we have some data. Okay, so like some data is there. Now this data I want to get and I want to store into one variable. So that is nothing but query set I'm going to call query set. So how we are going to access this data from database by using the ORM queries, by using ORM queries, you know, sir, ORM queries. In Django, all people are using the ORM queries. Okay, so object relational mapping, object relational mappings, ORM we are calling simply. Are you getting this one? Okay, so here I'm writing for example ORM. Yeah, so how we are using these ORMs, I will tell, sir, in our REST API. So some basic ORMs are there and advanced ORM concepts are there. A lot of people knows only basic ORMs. So I will explain 100% advanced ORM concepts also. So wait some time. Next, this query set data, okay. Sir, ORM means generally what we are using, model name dot employee dot object dot all method, employee dot object dot get of a particular ID method. Okay, like this you are going to use, that is the ORM queries we are calling. Now query set data again we are going to convert into dictionary by writing some lines of code. Okay, now this dictionary data we are converting into JSON. So for that, ready-made methods are there, REST API providing. Okay, so query set data converting into dictionary, dictionary converting into JSON, JSON data sending to browser, sending to browser. This communication we are going to do, sir, browser or any other application. Okay, So from this database, we are going to get the data, and we are displaying on the browser, or else we are sending to another application. So first from the browser, we are sending the request, we are sending the request, and we are getting the response. This is a communication. When we are sending the request, we are getting the response directly, sir. But internally, as a API developer, this is our responsibility. This database data via this format we need to convert. Finally, we are going to return to browser. Okay. So for example, you are sending, sir, www.youtube.com one request you are sending, and all YouTube videos what are available you are getting on your browser, sir. Understand this one? So whenever we are sending request, we are getting the videos. So these all things internally like this way converting, sir. Internally like this way converting all the process. So this process how we are converting programmatically we will discuss. Wait some time. Okay. So if you are using Django, then these all conversions writing purpose more than 100 lines code is required, sir. But you are using REST API. REST API you are writing means REST API is providing a built-in serializer support. So these serializers automatically converting. Just we are going to import some ready-made names. Those names can do all the logics internally. That is one of the benefit. Okay. Yes, guys. So next one. Uh, so built-in, sir, built-in security built-in security providing to our APIs. Built-in security providing to APIs. APIs. API is nothing but URLs. For our URLs, some built-in security is providing. Okay. So why require this security? We have big sessions, 4-5 projects we are going to discuss about the security. So when you are learning Django, sir, you created some URLs. After executing your Django application, from the browser you are sending the URL and you are getting the response, sir. But using REST API, before sending the URL, I need to check your permission. Really you are valid user or not. Okay. So nothing but your registration and logins, these all things we are checking, sir. So if you are valid user, then you can use my API. Otherwise, you are unable to use my API. Okay. So like this, built-in security mechanisms providing by REST API. So we are going to use those ready-made names, and easily we can providing the security to our APIs. Guys, understanding this point? Okay. Okay, guys. So up to today, you can remember these points. Up to today, you can remember these points. Not only these benefits, so many benefits are there. And next session also, I will explaining about all the benefits and some extra concepts we will discuss. Okay. So here in this course, okay, in this course in duration, so I'm going to discuss like this way, sir, diagrammatically, theoretically, all things, and regularly what we discussing, those things. So like this, text files I will forward, sir. Text files, everything I will forward. Day to day, what we discussing, everything I'll give to your mail for reading purpose. Plus same thing, okay, same time, class notes also you are going to get, sir. Class notes also you are going to get like this way. PDF files, I will send. In these all PDF files, you are going to get the diagrams, all things more clearly. You are going to get. Thanks, right? So PDF files regularly. I will take your mails, and after completing session, what we discussed today, those things I'm going to send to your mail. Okay, and also you are going to get the videos. You are going to get the videos for learning purpose. Are you getting this one? Materials, programs, videos you are getting, and while developing our applications, we are going to use some real-time tools. Real-time tools, for example, Postman. Postman is one real-time tool. Okay, Swagger. Swagger is one real-time tool, sir. So how we are developing, how we are downloading these tools, how we are interacting with these tools. Okay, I will discuss. And in Django, sir, when you are developing URL, so from the browser only, people are interacted with URL, sir. In Django, now assumption say, I developed one URL. So in Django, only from the browser, people are interacted with that URL. People are interacted with that URL. Okay, this communication. Now in our REST API, I will show you from the browser to communication, and from the command prompt, we have command prompt. Okay, so using command prompt, we are doing communication, and using Postman tool, real-time tool, sir, for testing purpose. Postman tool, how we are using, and Swagger tool, how we are using. Okay, so Swagger tool, how we are using, and same thing. Our main target here in our REST API, main target is app-to-app communication from another application. How we are interacting with our URLs. Okay, so these all variations I'm going to teach. While discussing these all things, ready-made security, these all things, how providing these all things we'll discuss. Okay, and our duration is 1.5 hour session, sir. 5:30 to 7. 5:30 to 7. Okay, so this is a demo session. That's 1 hour session I'm taking. When we are starting the programmatically, then we will discuss theoretically and programmatically. That time 1 hour, 1.5 hour session, enough. Okay, and 30 days, 30 working sessions required, sir. 30 working sessions I'm going to take. Are you understanding, sir? I'm going to teach here. That is the point. So mainly app-to-app communication, how we are doing Python application, pure Python application. We are going to developing, and Python to Django, how interacting, Django to Django, how we interacting like this. Parallelly in the same class, parallelly two applications we are developing, app-to-app communication we are going to discuss. Okay, so this is our intention, sir. But in Django, at the time of learning Django, people are doing only browser to URL communication only, sir. But these all variations, a lot of people don't know. So here we will discuss. Are you understanding, guys? Okay, now I'll stop this recording, guys. And if you have any doubt, you can ask me. Okay, thank you, guys. Yeah, guys. Do you want to ask anything? Rajendra, Ramesh?
No, sir.
Yeah. So
Thanks for
three
the
demos. Yeah. So sir, demos, two demos, three demos. If you are attending, then all overview you are going to get why actually this Django REST framework is getting more demanding. Okay. So I hope today something you are getting. So next class some other points you are getting like this. Okay.
Okay, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Sure.
Thank you. So at least
Thanks,
two
sir.
people is there, sir. I will continue. So already I'm taking a lot of batches. Employees are there. Two people, three people like this are coming. So at least two people are there. I'll start this session. No problem. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thanks, sir.
Sir,
Thanks for your time.
fee structure. You can contact with management, sir. Contact with management.
Yeah.
So
Sure,
they will
sure,
give,
sure.
and how much you can provide, you can ask that one. So in the fees wise, I'm not involving. Okay. So if you
Yes,
are
sir.
registering, then I'll take. You are paying only 1,000 or 2,000 or 10,000. I don't know. Okay. You are registering. I'll
Okay, sir.
continue this session. That is the point. Okay. Na?
Okay.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, sir.
So tomorrow I'll meet.
Thanks, sir.
And one more
Okay.
point. So if anybody is, your friends are waiting for learning Django framework or something, so today only 7 onwards, I'm going to discuss Django framework, Django framework new batch. Okay,
Sure,
5:30
sir. I'll let them
registered,
know if anything.
7 a.m. 7 p.m. Django framework is going. So anybody wants can inform them. Okay,
Yes,
thank you,
sir.
guys.
Thanks.
See you tomorrow. What is that one, sir? What are you asking, sir? Right now morning sessions already started, sir. New batch today starting 7 p.m. 7 p.m. starting. Okay, and after completing this is 1 week, then we will decide another batch. Right now not deciding. Already some batches going. This is a new batch. The morning 4-5 batches going. Now evening 3-4 batches going. Today I started 2 more batches. 6:40 p.m. Yeah. So see, sir, 5:30 to 7 I'm planning this one actually. Okay. So exactly 7 I'm not teaching, sir. Exactly 7 I'm not teaching. For best case, 1.5 hour we are planning. Best case. So something only, for example, 1 hour 20 minutes or 1 hour 10 minutes like this we discuss in subject, and remaining time I will interact with the student. If any doubts you are getting, I'm going to solve those things like this. That's why 1.5 hour time I'm planning. Getting this one? So almost before 7 only we are going to start the Django also. So sometimes people are interacting with the 10 minutes after developing some programs. So interacting with the 10 minutes, 15 minutes. That's why if I'm taking only 1 hour time means time is not sufficient. Only myself developing only 1 hour enough. But to interact with the students are not possible. That's why I planned here 1.5 hour session. Clear, guys? Yeah. So any other doubt? Okay, guys. See you tomorrow. Bye.